Well, hi, y'all. This is John Jay, and I want to cover an IRS issue so that people are not scared without knowing certain information. Should I do this? Should I respond? I'm talking about IRS Form 6173 that pertains to cryptographic currency. There's a similar one. I believe it's 6174, and I think 6174A. What I would like to do right now is I went on the internet and I grabbed this form. I just did a keyword search on IRS Form 6173 PDF, just so I can show this to you. And I'm going to show you a couple more things. All right, so let me share a screen here. All right. See, here is the form. Okay, this is what people may have been receiving since last year. Okay, deals with reporting virtual currency transactions. Now, notice this form, it has no it doesn't have like official numbers around it and things like that. It is from the IRS. Um, See this here? I mean, you might get this, but this would be addressed to you. But notice what it says here. We have information that you have virtual currency. Okay. This is not how the IRS functions. This letter you're looking at right here is what I call a sales presentation or a sales pitch. This is not true. Okay. Um, they're referring to certain publications and things like that. If you look at this, virtual currency is considered property. Of course it is. Um, Generally, taxpayers must report all sales. Of course, that makes sense. An exchange of a currency includes the use of currency to pay for goods. Yeah, okay, I understand that. So there is no tax on cryptographic currency. The tax is on US dollars. Now I'm going to explain a little more detail here. Um, it's getting you to treat a transaction that wouldn't normally be reportable or taxable as if it were, and then you would have a tax liability. Here's an example. Let's say I got some Bitcoin and then I bought, let's say the price of Litecoin went down to Bitcoin. So I went and bought some Litecoin, and then the price of Litecoin went way up, and then Bitcoin went way down. So then I took Litecoin and bought more Bitcoin. So now in the end, I've got, if I look at it in terms of dollars, the dollars I put in actually are worth more now. So I actually have more dollar value in that example. But just because I have more dollar value doesn't mean I have a tax liability, and it does not mean I have a reporting liability. It's not until there's a disposition of assets. And I have a video here in this channel on Privacy Fight that talks about the Form 8949, okay, Form 8949 on the disposition of assets. You want to check that out. But this form right here that I'm talking about, this form letter, is just a sales pitch to get you to think that it's reportable and taxable, the thing I just described. So what they're trying to get you to do is sign something under penalties of perjury. Well, you're already signing a 1040. When you sign a 1040 under penalties of perjury, you don't have to sign anything else under penalties of perjury. That's it. You get to do that once a year. If for those of you who are filing, you don't have to testify twice. Okay. And that's why a lot of times I can literally beat an audit. When I go into the audit and I say, and now I'm not telling you how I got to this point, but I'm just saying, in some cases, I set up a case where when the client goes into an audit and we simply tell the IRS, what you see in the four corners of the 1040 is what you're going to get. I'm not required to give you more because I've already testified. I'm under oath here, under penalties of perjury. So I've given you my testimony and I'm not required to give you anything else. Now that works if you don't care about deductions. That works in situations where you do standard deductions. But I'm just saying, you don't have to testify twice a year, okay? It's once. They get one shot. Just like with an audit, okay? I only give the IRS one meeting at an audit. I don't give them two or four or something like that. One meeting, that's it. If they can't do their business in one meeting, then they're done, okay? So you see how they're trying to get you to create a liability here with penalties of perjury? You don't have to do it. Let me explain why. The only way, okay, here's how you verify this. We have information. I'm going to tell you what here's how the IRS has your information. And I'm going to show you how to verify this. You go on the internet and you type in form, you search on form 4506-T. I can do that right now. Let's look at this. IRS form 4506-T. If I can spell it right. Okay, here we go. This is how you request to see the records that the IRS does in fact have on you. This 6173 letter is lying. That is not how the IRS tells you information, and the IRS does not tell you things like this, even though the IRS sent that letter. Okay, this is what you want to do just to prove whether I'm right or wrong. You fill out this form for yourself. Okay, you use your name, SSN, current address, all that stuff, and you come down here to box 8. I'm sorry, you just go down here to 8, number 8, and you select number 8. If I download this form, it'll let me check the box. I can't check the box until I download the form. So you select this item right here. Okay, you'll get in the mail the information that the IRS has. Then you go back to this letter and ask yourself, does that match this? Now, it might if a 1099 was sent to you. If you got a 1099 from an exchange and it's correct, it shows the correct dollar amount of coins that you sold for dollars that you took in, you put the dollars in the Coinbase account or your bank account in your personal name, then to that extent, the 1099 is correct. And to that extent, yeah. But again, it doesn't matter because the cryptocurrency is irrelevant. What the IRS is talking about is dollars you received from the disposition of the asset known as virtual currency. All right. Now, if you have a 1099 from an exchange that you believe is incorrect, maybe it's showing dollar amounts for just trades you did between coins and didn't sell. Okay, well, that's not correct. And so there's a way to write a letter to the IRS and get them to correct it. Okay, and I have that letter. It's hard to find that. I've done it for years that way, so I know how to do it. Accountants should know how to do it, but they don't. But basically, if you get a 1099 that overstates the dollar amount for your cryptos and it's erroneous, you can have it corrected. You got to go to the IRS to get it corrected, though. And so far, all the ones I've done have been corrected. All right, here's what I want to really show you. So here's how you tell if okay, this is an IRS form. I'm not going to dispute that it came from the IRS. Look on page 2. Look how it says catalog number. And then on page 2, they're asking you to sign something under penalty of perjury. They're collecting information. I have examined this entire document, including all attachments. They want you to disclose this information under penalties of perjury. Well, what difference does that make? If you're filing a 1040, that's enough. You don't have to do this. But whenever the government is collecting information, it must use an approved number, sequence number assigned by the Office of Management and Budget. I'm giving you the regulation right here. Now, you'll find regulations for this for every government agency. The OMB has a set of document numbers for every agency, okay? The IRS has its own. So let me look over here for a second. All right, here we go. This is the way you get information from the IRS, Form 4506T. There's other versions of this, okay? Notice on the top right corner, you got OMB number here, okay? That's because that is an approved form for the collection of information from people. That would be a form you're supposed to use. But look here. Where's the form number? There's no OMB number on this. You see that? Again, it's getting you to volunteer information. They put something on there called a catalog number. That's nothing. Okay? This is not an approved form. It has not been approved by the Office of Management and Budget. Sure, you can send it in and they'll take it, because if you sign under penalty of perjury, oh, they'll take it. It'll be in your file forever. Yeah. So in fact, this may generate an audit. You guys probably know that already. But this, you'll have to look it up yourself to get more. I'm not going to go into too much detail, but just understand this. If it doesn't have an OMB number, you can ignore it. I don't care if I'm wrong on the crypto stuff, but the fact is, this form is not an approved form for the collection of information. Do not use it. It's on you. If you use it, that's your problem, but you don't have to use it. There is no legal duty, let's say. Okay, you don't require to do this. So this is how you know whether or not you agree with me on the crypto tax issue. If you're being asked to fill out information from a government agency and there's no approved OMB number, especially with the IRS, It's not a form you're required to use. What form would that be? Maybe that would be the 1040. Let's look at that. Here we go on that form, Form 1040. Well, does it have an OMB number? Well, gosh, it sure does. Bet you guys never even read those. Did you know you can look these up? They correspond to regulations. We can do a whole day lesson on this stuff, but these guys are incredible. So just understand that. Stop being afraid. Okay, when you get this stuff, nobody knows anything about you. Okay, nobody knows anything except what's reported with your SSN and your name and what you report on yourself. That's what the tax system knows. Okay, now sometimes there may be some other information from Financial Crimes Network and banking, but not usually. Okay, and then if there is that information, it won't matter. All right. So use the OMB number. Understand only approved forms are required. Not that if there's a form with an OMB number, I'm not saying that you have to fill it out. I'm just saying when the agency is asking for information and it's doing it on a form that's not approved by the Office of Management and Budget with a form number, you can ignore it. No question. All right. All right. I'm gonna stop this here. So I hope that helps dispel a lot of fears and enjoy your day.